Rhonert Park is located about 50 miles north of San Francisco in the California wine country. We're basically almost in the center of Sonoma County. We were incorporated in 1962 and are basically one of the original planned communities in California. One of the interesting things about our city is that there really isn't any group of wealthy individuals who live here. It's primarily a middle-class community. The biggest issues right now, and what we're best known for, is the Federated Indians of the Great Rancheria purchasing land on our western border, which is outside of our city limits. And their plans are to create a very large development, which will be essentially a resort with a casino. I liken it to a cruise ship, which has a casino on it, but has many other things to do and venues. This particular development will have the largest hotel in Sonoma County at 300 rooms. It will have the largest theater with 2,000 seats, which will bring in big name entertainment. It also will have several restaurants, a spa, a wine cellar, and a casino. In cities like ours, the decisions are, should you build houses, should you build anything? And with the pressure in California to grow, Rhonert Park has a general plan with the smallest growth rate I've ever heard of, 1% over the course of 20 years. And so we feel we've been very responsible in planning our city and in planning for the future. But to get to that point, there was a great deal of anger, a great deal of opposition where neighbor was against neighbor. And it was a pretty ugly time for about 10 years. And what I've seen is that the issues with the casino have been, it was a big flash. I mean, certainly it was very exciting, strong feelings on the parts of many people in the community, a lot of uncertainty and a lot of anger from some folks, and a lot of misunderstanding as well, misinformation being put out into the community. And the thing that I'm concerned with is I don't want to see neighbor against neighbor as we had previously. Normally it would not be a big boon to Rhonert Park in terms of we would not receive property tax or sales tax on something outside of the city limits. The city of Rhonert Park has negotiated a memorandum of understanding with the Great Rancheria, and that is a very significant amount of money. It will be almost $10 million a year, for a total of $200 million in 20 years' time. That money will largely be spent for public safety services, police and fire, as well as street improvement and transportation improvements throughout the area. This is largely done because our community was very concerned about having a large development of this kind, and particularly the casino, and the numbers of people that would be coming, as well as dealing with whatever crime issues might occur in relation to the casino, and basically impacts on our quality of life. And so the tribe has agreed to basically give us that funding because we had nothing to negotiate with. The city of Rhonert Park is not giving water or sewer, and we have no obligation to provide any kind of public safety services in police and fire. But we figure since we're the closest jurisdiction, we're literally right next door, that if there is a problem, we will probably respond as mutual aid. The other thing the tribe agreed to do, because they said they wanted to become part of the community of Rhonert Park, is they will be donating $1 million a year for local schools and $2 million a year for local human services. And I think that is a major contribution. It's something that as a middle-class community, we have not been able to provide that for ourselves. They did not have to give us that gift. I really do see it as a major gift. What was said to us by the tribe's council was that we want to be part of the community. We don't want to cause problems. We understand that other large developments like the one that we're planning, again, this is a resort with a casino, would in fact be paying their own way in terms of infrastructure and all these other things. And they wanted to be good neighbors and pay their way and do the right thing. And they went far beyond that by providing funding for school children and the vulnerable and needy people in our community. And so I feel very grateful for that because I truly do not know how we would handle the expenses to mitigate the impacts of a large development like this on our own. We just don't have the money.